For those of you who don't know me, I'm Tracy Pachaki, the owner of Illustrated Designs. My creative team and I work with a lot of small and mid-market businesses. And after 25 years in the industry, I have a lot of information and tips to share about marketing and events, even during difficult times like these. And I've been sharing those on our social media posts, so make sure you're following us. However, I can only share so many tips myself, and because I want to help as many people during this time, I've launched this series of interviews with other incredible leaders and industry experts to share tips to help small businesses right now. So if you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know. My team and I are here to help you. Today, I am honored to speak with Donna Serdula. She is the founder and president of Vision Board Media and LinkedInMakeover.com. It's where professionals and entrepreneurs and executives go for career and professional branding. They tell their stories via LinkedIn profiles, resumes, and more, and they even work with companies to help them make sure their employees shine on LinkedIn. Because as Donna says, when you showcase your best, you attract the best in candidates, clients, investors, partners, and more. Donna, your resume is so impressive. I happen to know that you were such an early adopter of LinkedIn back in 2005, and you have literally written the book about LinkedIn profile optimization. I have the first edition. So I'm grateful that you had made the time to join us today and to offer some advice. Is there anything that you'd like to add?
For having me, I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. So is there anything I missed in your introduction?
You know what? You got it. You knocked that right out of the ball.
Well, we could probably go on all day with just your resume because it's so impressive. But I, like I said, I'm so grateful that you're here because so many small businesses, owners, sales reps, employees are scrambling to find new ways to network and market ourselves. And there are a lot of employees that thought they had job security, but now they might be job hunting. So I have some questions that hopefully you'll be able to help some people out with.
I'm ready.
Awesome. So I'm assuming a lot of your clients have also been struggling. So can you kind of give us an idea of things they've been struggling with and how they may have needed to adjust with regard to social distancing, with shutdowns, layoffs, furloughs?
Yeah, I will say this: my company has been very lucky because we started in 2009 and we've always worked remotely. So in some ways, this isn't all that unusual to me. I still come into my office and in my home, I sit down, the phone rings, and I do my stuff that I've always done. So for us, we've always done this type of thing. It's always worked well, but our clients are sitting in a whole different situation. And, they're finding themselves, at least even within the corporate world, they're now being forced to work from home. And so, it's long hours. It's a little bit longer than before because you got to really prove your productivity, and you don't have the same technology that you do, back in the office. I'm finding what a lot of my clients have been telling me is that they've been shocked at how much of a game changer, video conferencing is. I was talking to my one client just was it yesterday? Yes, it was yesterday. And he was saying, I used to have to leave and go and meet with people face to face. And he's like, we've made the switch. We're using Zoom. He's like, once this is over with, I don't think I'm going to continue to, have to, go back in the car and meet people, in person like I used to. I mean, there's still a need for that. But I think a lot of companies, a lot of people are realizing a lot of this can be done remotely. It's not that remote of an idea.
Right. That's very true. So obviously you work in the world of LinkedIn quite a bit. So do you have any advice or tips that you can share with us that for people who maybe don't really go on LinkedIn that often, but now they're searching for a different way to network?
This is a great time. It's a great time to get onto LinkedIn. And there's a few things here, right? A lot of times people think of LinkedIn as just a place for job seekers. And that does play a big role within the LinkedIn realm. That is true. I'm not going to deny that. But LinkedIn is a place to connect. It's a place to network. And you can be doing this even if you're not looking for that next position. You could be doing that as a sales professional, someone who is prospecting, someone who is forging relationships, looking for those strategic relationships. You could be doing it as just a professional who wants to really make sure that their network is wide, it's diverse, it's nurtured, it's developed. It's a place to be heard. It's a place to really showcase your thought leadership. Now, all of these things, when done well, what's really nice is even if you aren't looking for a job, but you're on LinkedIn, you're building that network, you're showcasing yourself, you're being seen, you're being heard, you're adding value. You become that person who's never really going to have to look for a job because jobs find you.
Mm, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Um, we were talking, you were mentioning about how some of your clients may not be interested in getting back in their car, driving to a meeting again. I personally love face-to-face interactions. I think there's a lot of benefits to the little conversation before and after that doesn't necessarily happen on a video call. However, I totally see the benefits of it, even, after we're allowed to go back out and meet face to face. There are some meetings, like you said, that are not worth the time to travel. So can you anticipate any other changes that we might see in society or in your industry?
Well, in terms of what we do, we really help our clients brand themselves, tell their story, really make sure that all of their documentation is professionally written and tells who they are and what they do. And this is the resume, this is a cover letter, this is the LinkedIn profile, this is marketing materials, it's all of those things. And the one thing that I keep coming back to is I do think we're going to see a surge, not just a surge of people who have been let go because of the repercussions of what's taking place with the economy, but I can't help but think that a lot of these professionals who used to go to their office and are now suddenly thrust into a work from home environment, I believe we're going to see a lot of people saying, wait, that I'm happier now working from home. I'm happy getting away from a potentially toxic workplace. I'm really beginning to take some time to think about who I am and what I love doing, what I hate doing, what I want to continue doing. And I think this time that we have, I think it's allowing people to do some deep thinking
Hmm.
and perhaps make some decisions. And so I believe we're going to be seeing a lot more people coming to us and saying, hey, can you help me brand, myself in a manner that allows me to spread my wings. I'm tired of being on this lateral track. I have other places, other things I want to do. So that's my belief. I think a lot of us are focused in on, oh my gosh, these people are losing their jobs. I think there's going to be a lot of company going, oh my God, I'm losing my employees because they want something else. They want something more. And this has really showed them that there is more out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think was a trend even before this for, the gig economy where, somebody wants to do things on their own. They become a consultant instead of working for one specific company. And there are benefits for both sides, for the employee and the employer, to outsource in a way like that. That's how we run our business. So I'm all for that.
I'm even thinking just finding other other companies that are doing, different work. Maybe they have more of a humanitarian or a philanthropic, stream to them. Maybe it's just a healthier environment somewhere else. And this really gets people to say, hey, maybe I do want to go freelance, or maybe I want to stay an employee, or maybe I want to, start a business. It could go either way, but I truly believe that, sheltering in place, and allowing yourself to say, okay, who am I? What do I like doing? Not having that grind over and over and over again allows you to do some exploration.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. Interestingly enough, I was reading an article this morning and it was about LinkedIn, and it mentioned that there are over 660 million users worldwide.
Yeah.
So, as somebody who's looking right now to network and can't go door to door, can't go to do traditional networking events, you had mentioned going to LinkedIn is a great way to reach out to people. Do you have any tips or suggestions, especially for someone who's never done it before?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I got my methodology. I'm gonna lay it on you, okay? First thing you want to do is you've got to figure out why. Why are you doing this? What's the whole point? And it could just be I'm doing this because I want to network. It could be because I want to see if I can maybe collide with some potential prospects and clients. Just try to figure out, why are you doing this? Just have that in your mind. Don't just get on and get on, but get on with a real idea of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Once you have that goal in mind, I would say before you even jump into the deep end of the LinkedIn pool, look at your profile. Go up to the little me icon, click on it, go to view profile and take a look. All right. What does it look like? Do you have a professional headshot up there? Do you have a background graphic? If your graphic, there's like a blue-green constellation image on your profile, that means you haven't uploaded a background image. So I want you to upload a background image, something that kind of illustrates your brand, maybe subtly. But put something up there that is authentic to you and suggests what you do for a living. Make sure you've got a great looking headline, something that really talks about your benefit and what you do. Consider it kind of like your professional tagline. And then scroll through, look at your about section, look at your career trajectory, your experiences, and make sure everything is up to date. It's not up to date 3 or 4 years ago, but up to date right now. And it's written not, Tracy, as you want, what you want to say, but what do other people need to know about you? What's going to resonate with them? So you don't have to say everything. You don't have to put everything out there, but really be strategic. What is the message that your target audience, what do they want to know? What do they need to know? What do they need to know to feel good and confident about you? And make sure that profile says that. Once you have that profile and it's strong, all right, so we're now on this was tip 2. So the first tip was know your goal. Tip 2 was optimize your profile, make sure it tells your story. Tip 3 is start to network, start to connect. All right, because if you go on LinkedIn and you have 10 connections or even 110 connections, it's not really enough. All right, you need to have a really strong network. I'm not saying aim low and wide. I'm not saying connect with everybody and their brother. I'm just saying make sure that your online network reflects your offline network. So all the people throughout your career that you have met, that you've known, the people that you meet every day, they're in your network. So really take that time to build that network. Porter Gale said, your net work is your net worth.
Mm.
I think that resonates with a lot of people. Most people, they look for jobs, they look for a sale, but those who are the most successful are looking to develop and build a network. Now that's Guy Kawasaki. Not me, but it's a really important message that you want to have this group, this network of people who you can help and they can help you. All right. And that's what we're doing here on this third step. It's to really make sure you're connected to people on LinkedIn. When I say connected, I'm not just talking about hitting the follow button on a profile. I'm talking about going to a person's profile saying, yes, I know this person. I'm going to hit connect. I'm going to send them an invite to invite them into my network. And when you do that, you want to put a little message. Hey, do you remember me? Do you still run marathons? Whatever it is, bring something in there and send it off to them, and they will accept it. They're now first-degree connections. And when they enter your network, not only are they entering your network, but all of their connections are entering your network as second degree. And all of their connections are entering your network as third degree. And Where this becomes really important is if a person is looking for someone like you, they're searching their network, and that network extends 3 degrees. So you're more apt to get found. And if you're looking for people, you have a nice, big, strong network that you can query and reach out to people and be heard. So that then takes us to step number 4. And that is, now is the time. Now that you look good, now that you have an audience, now you want to start to, put some, splash around and put some content out there. And I will tell you this, I know for most people, it's really hard to create content. So before you even get into that area, start curating. Just go through your LinkedIn feed, see what's interesting, like, comment. If something really resonates with you, share it. And just work on doing that. And what you'll find is when you start doing that, that's when the networking truly begins. That's when you're engaging. That's when you're joining that conversation. And that's when good things really start to happen.
Yeah, when you're actually interacting on it and not just showing up. You're actually, it's just like a networking meeting. Like you okay, I arrived, and you just stand there. No. You actually have to interact with people. So it's the same concept.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to do on LinkedIn is to actually introduce connections, because they might have a mutual reason to be connected, but they don't have the opportunity to meet face to face in any situation. But I'm like, you know what? There's a reason you should connect. I ask them both if that's okay, and then I share a connection through LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's fantastic. At one time, really embedded into the LinkedIn desktop was the introduce functionality, where there was like a button, you'd hit introduce, and you could bring these people together. And they really don't have it like they used to. But what you can do, and I think you are doing, is you talk to people individually, make sure it's wanted, it's acceptable, and then you just go into the LinkedIn messaging component, and you can add 2 people's names and do a group introduction that way. Yeah. And it works well. It's not as structured as it used to be, but it's still a really great part of LinkedIn. It's bringing people together. And I think a lot of people, the mistake they make, Tracy, is they get onto LinkedIn when they need something. I need a job. I need this, I need that. And when you go on with that, desire to take, people are like, But if you're on it and you're helping people and you're making these introductions and you're adding value and you're educating and you're inspiring, that's when people want to help you, because you're giving all the time and not just taking.
Yeah, I hear that. Oh, well, that's fantastic. Great tips for somebody who's really not gotten involved with LinkedIn much yet. And even a great reminder for myself. I need to go back and look at my profile for sure. And so before we close, I wanted to see if you had any additional tips or resources that you could recommend, or any offers that you have or opportunities that you'd like to mention.
Sure. So the second edition of my book is coming out, LinkedIn Profile Optimization for Dummies, but it's the second edition. And if you lift that book up, you're going to see how there's like pictures of like silver balls and a red ball. The new edition, the second edition, has little blue, almost like chess pieces with one big red chess piece in the middle. So that's how you know you're getting the second edition, older one. The older one's still great, but this one, I tell you, it was harder to write than the first edition, believe it or not.
Okay.
There's so much good stuff in there. I'm very, very proud of it. But if you go to my website, linkedin-makeover.com, and you scroll to the bottom, there's a big green button that says Become a Visionary, sign up for my mailing list, sign up for it, because in about a week and a half, we're going to have this blowout special where if you purchase the book on Amazon and you just take that order code and you send it to us, we're going to give you my LinkedIn DIY kit free of charge. I sell it for $100. You also get a profile critique by me. So for $26 to buy the book, you're going to get $100 and the DIY kit with more video lessons and more samples. You're going to get a critique by me, and you're going to get a ton of other material as well. So it's sign up for it. It's like an amazing offer, and you're going to really learn what to do to tell your story, to put yourself out there, to really find success, whether it's a new job, whether it's new sales, or if it's just, really showcasing yourself as someone immersed, embedded in your community, doing good.
Oh, well, I'm excited because I know LinkedIn has changed quite a bit since the first edition came out. So I'll be signing up today on your website, and we'll share your information in the comments as well, so that anybody else can take advantage of that as well. So I always like to end these on a positive note, and we have so many things to be grateful for right now. Right now, I'm taking an online course to sharpen some of my skills, so I'm grateful for all of the online opportunities. Can you share what you might be grateful with today?
I will say I'm grateful just to have my family here.
Mm.
If to be stuck someplace, I'm glad it's with them. And it's fun. We're having a great time. And, I never thought sheltering would be so much fun.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, that's a great place to end. So thank you, Donna. I know that your advice is going to help a lot of us to reevaluate our LinkedIn profiles and our activity on there, as well as other networking things that we need to do. So for everyone watching, I want to thank you. So make sure you like, comment, and share this video. And remember that we're always here to help. You can message me with any questions you may have, and make sure to follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and now YouTube for more tips. And you can watch the other interviews that we've also shown. And our next interview is going to be this Thursday, April 16th at 11 a.m. with Debbie Anmuth Hunt. She is the owner of Inventive Productions. She and her team plan association events, corporate meetings, and produce some really fun team building experiences. So until then, stay home and stay healthy. Bye.